had to be their biggest favorite role over the last 2 seasons. But last night, the Chiefs were favored by 11.5 against the Raiders in Week 16 and lost 20-14. Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce, he's not sugarcoating anything.
Let's call a spade, right? The best team in football against the worst team in football. Let's change the narrative, right? Let's go out there and make it a dog fight. Let's make it ugly. Let's make it scrappy. It's Black Friday. Let's create a little chaos. Let's get back to Raider football and have some fun and some personality and let it loose.
All right, Kmart, I want to come to you. Do you feel like Antonio Pierce's comments were too transparent, or do you love his honesty?
I like it, except I don't think he believes it. I think that's more of a motivational tactic for his players. I think, listen, Rex Ryan, a guy I covered as a beat writer, he was the king of, it's us against everybody else. And I think that is what Antonio Pierce is sort of honing in on. He doesn't think his team is the worst team in football. Their record isn't good, but he doesn't think that. But he understands that's what you do in a locker room. Damien, you can speak to this. You bring in the outside. They don't think we're any good. The media said this. We're going to put this. Look who picked us. No one. And that's sort of what coaches do. What you already? This Thanksgiving, give me what? What's going on? What's the matter, Steve?
He's transparent, too transparent, but it ain't motivation. He really feels it because he's watching his team play. He knows they're not good. He ain't lying. Yes, he's not lying. When he says it's the worst team in football, he truly believes this team is the worst team in football. They've lost 7 straight. I don't blame him. Gardner Minshew is going to be out, all right? You got to go to Aiden O'Connell or whatever. I mean, he's looking at certain things and stuff. He's like, we're not very good. The reason that I would say that he needs to be careful is because if I'm the organization and you feel the need to be so transparent, what level of culpability do you deserve for us being so bad? And that begs the question. Now, I don't know the answer to that question, Damien. I'll leave that to you because I haven't paid but so much attention to the Las Vegas Raiders because they are what I expected them to be. And I have better things to do with my time, meaning other teams to watch. But I will tell you that, when you see some of the players that they've had, who've walked out the door, who obviously, wanted, Devontae Adams, comes to mind, wanting to get the hell up out of there and what have you. You just get a sense that Antonio Pierce was supposed to have a better pulse on the players. I like him. I'm happy he got the head coaching job. I root for him. He used to work here at ESPN. I respect the brother. But when you get that head coaching job, it's believed, and I say this particularly about black coaches a lot, they're hiring you because they want to make sure, their belief is that you'll have a better pulse on the players. And when that's not the case, that gets held against you, particularly as a black coach. And nobody else want to say it, but I'm going to say it. It's just the truth. And so as a result of that, you can't have a situation where people are looking at your effort or they're looking at your level of competence, because when that transpires, that's bad for any coach, but especially a black coach, because there ain't no black owners in the National Football League, owning the National Football League team. And obviously, when these other owners elect to give you an opportunity, their belief is that you're going to resonate in a fashion that others may have difficulty doing. And in Pittsburgh, you got a guy like Mike Tomlin. They made the right call in Pittsburgh, as they usually do with their head coaches. In Houston, with Bigger Ryans, they clearly have made the right choice. Other places as well. Some places, not so much. These are the kind of things that they say, and that's the only reason I'm saying it publicly, because they do say it a lot privately.
Yeah, listen, Antonio knows how the game is played as far as how to try to motivate his guys. And when you say stuff like that, he knows the players are going to hear what he has to say, and guys are prideful and all that. But I do think there's a little bit of honesty to what he was saying as well. Because at the end of the day, I just looking at his own division, he has Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell as his quarterback. Now you're dealing with Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes sitting in your own division. Now you hear the Las Vegas Raiders. That is a hell of a mountain to climb to try to gain some relevancy when you got to deal with those quarterbacks in your own division. Like, Football is the one sport where if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance. You do not have a chance. And so, yeah, I think he's saying it just try to motivate his guys. And obviously we know that the Raiders beat the Chiefs last year on Christmas. But there's some honesty in what he's saying. Like, we're a bad team because we don't have a quarterback that can compete with the other teams around the league, especially in our own division.
In fairness, Aiden O'Connell was hurt. I'm not saying now he's back. Now I'm not saying that Aiden O'Connell next to the Bo Nix. Listen, I don't run the Broncos. I didn't tell them start this season with those quarterbacks. You know, it's on them. You know what the division is. You may not know what the Broncos are going to do, but you know Patrick Mahomes is there. You know Justin Herbert was there. That's not a surprise. So, but still, you can't come into any game as a head coach and publicly feel like in front of your players, yeah, we're not good. Like you just can't do that.
Well, the Raiders had the Raiders.
You shouldn't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Gardner Minshew was out for the rest of the season with a broken collarbone. So it was bad enough when he was in the lineup. Now he ain't.
Yeah.
How many guys could win this award if it wasn't this year? I mean, think of it this way. Sean McDermott is 9-2, and you take Josh Allen off that team. Do you think they're great? I mean, Nick Sirianni has sort of put it back together. He's no shot to win. Andy Reid has lost one game the whole year, and every week in the fourth quarter, his team finds a way to be prepared and outcoach and win there. And there's 25-1. I mean, Kevin O'Connell is 9-2 with Sam Darnold, and he's not even favored. Sean Payton's in the playoffs with Bo Nix. Mike Tomlin is winning his bleeping division that includes the Ravens and the Bengals. And oh, by the way, Arizona's in first place. They were picked last. That guy's 14-1. All right, let's get everybody in. Zach Simony, Larry Hartstein, JLC, I'm Eric Casillas. I mean, there's a lot of guys you make case for. I've sort of boiled it down to one in each conference. I admit I'm cheating a little. I'll go last. Larry, you're first. Who's your play here to win NFL Coach of the Year?
It's Dan Campbell, and it's not because they're 10-1. It's because their win total was 10.5, and they're probably going to win 15 or, maybe even 16 games. And normally it's a bad team that overachieves, and that's what the Lions are doing. They're overachieving their expectations by about 4 or 5 wins. Their point differential plus 177. They're not too far off from the Patriots' undefeated season in terms of point differential, which was 307. So, and they lost Aiden Hutchinson. They've lost other defensive people, and they keep just running up the score. I mean, their margin against the spread is over 10 points a game. So they're just surpassing expectations. It's kind of like they're trying to get the Heisman for some of these guys, the way that they are putting up points, and they're just a total juggernaut. So normally, yeah, I would go with the heartwarming story of Arizona or Minnesota. But when a team is so dominant and just totally outpacing expectations, and they have the personality that Dan Campbell has, and they've avoided the hangover. Look what's happened to the 49ers. Dan Campbell's team has avoided the hangover from that crushing defeat last year. And I think if he gets to 15 wins, the award is his.
I'm glad you pointed out they are responding this year off a gut punch in the NFC Championship game. And instead of any kind of negative emotion or feeling, they are as motivated and prepared every single week as any team. They have not had a letdown yet. And it's Jared Goff and no Aiden Hutchinson. And they never come out flat, it seems like. I can understand where you're going. I can understand from about 8 different guys. JLC, who's your guy and why?
My guy's Mike Tomlin. And it's in part because I still believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win that division. And I also believe that it's not out of the realm of possibility that Justin Fields at some time in December becomes their starting quarterback again. And if Mike Tomlin, who somehow has never won this award, right? And there's humans picking this award, and all the humans know, like, we've never given this guy this award. And everybody knows that the fans have wanted to run him out of there for a couple years. Like, if he bookends this with Justin Fields winning 4 at the beginning, like Russell Wilson winning 4 or 5 in the middle, and Fields winning a few more at the end, and they hold off the Baltimore Ravens in a year where Lamar Jackson's reinventing the record books, and no one expected anything from this team. Like, who's hiring his coordinators? Like Dan Campbell, everybody wants, interviews with Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson turns down head coaching jobs. Like Arthur Smith, he ain't even doing that good of a job. And Terrell Austin, like that ship sailed years ago. Like it's Mike Tomlin's defense. TJ Watt's not having a great season, yet it's still a really significant defense. And they just win games. And like they beat Baltimore. And if they sweep Baltimore, like they're probably going to win that division. And I know they have Cincinnati this week.
Attention, Raider Nation. Pirate flag, can Aiden O'Connell repeat defeat against the Chiefs at Arrowhead? This Black Friday, the Las Vegas Raiders have a mission to challenge the powerful Chiefs again at home, just like they did last year at Christmas. But this time, quarterback Aiden O'Connell returns to lead the team, and the big question is, can lightning strike twice in the same place? After a season full of challenges, Gardner Minshew's injury was a hard blow for the team. However, O'Connell's return after suffering a broken thumb in Week 7 against the Rams has given hope to the Las Vegas offense. With previous experience in this scenario, O'Connell is not a rookie against the Chiefs. Remember, he was the starter in that memorable Raiders win at Arrowhead last season. In his own words, O'Connell expressed his excitement at being back. Asterisk, I've been in this position before. You have to be ready to play, even in short weeks like this. I'm doing everything I can to be as prepared as possible. Asterisk. Although returning to throw after a thumb injury is not easy, the quarterback assured that he has made a lot of progress. Asterisk, the grip was the first step. I can throw deeper routes now, and that has made me feel great. Asterisk. In addition, this Friday will be the first time that O'Connell will work directly with interim offensive coordinator Scott Turner, who has brought fresh ideas to the Raiders' offense. Asterisk, Scott has a lot of experience and brings new things. It's been exciting to collaborate with him these last few weeks. Asterisk. With a victory, O'Connell could enter the history books as the 5th Raiders quarterback to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead in consecutive seasons. This would certainly be a huge boost for the team and fans in a season full of ups and downs. Raider Nation needs your support. Do you think O'Connell will manage to repeat the feat and give fans another joy? Leave us your comments and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive news. Pirate flag, this Black Friday, the Raiders are ready to prove their greatness. See you in the next video. **movie camera.